warned storm, again, north of Portland, far northern sections of Jay County. This is more the Fort Wayne coverage area. But while we're here, again, we've been looking for these little curves in the radar imagery, and there looked to be a little one east of Muncie. So a mental note, we'll keep an eye on that one. That is just east of Muncie, and then we'll come back down to the south, and this one is easy to see, entering western and northwestern Shelby County. It is crossing I-74 as we speak, and will continue to move east. So if you are in Shelbyville,
Cái vùng đỏ đỏ đó
Shelby County, safe place on the home. This isn't too far away, and we anticipate it will cross 9 and in between Highway 52 and I-74. It's in Fairland now. Strongest part of the rotation, Shelbyville looks to stay north of you, but still in the safe part of your home. Put those safety plans that we talk about, that hopefully we practice at home. Now's the time to put those into action and let these storms pass you by. It has been a very active night of severe weather for central Indiana, and it does continue at this hour. Any cameras, anything interesting? Oh, you've got the London Road one along I-74.
I've got 2 cameras in Shelby County, one near Fairland, one near London, as both of them are about to be hit. It looks to me like some strong wind is going to move over Triton Central High School as it crosses over 74. And, we're seeing a very impressive wind signature, unfortunately, with this. So, excuse me, if you live anywhere near London or Fairland, it's probably a little north of the Caesars there, but close enough. But yeah, I think if you're familiar with where Triton Central is, that's where it's going to be blasting through. And as we continue to watch this thing's really bode.
Cái TV này là mấy chục inch
And
nè,
that bright
mấy
light
chục
that
inch
you
nè.
see again, that's 65 to near 70 mile per
Và cái lớn nhất à.
We talked about Johnson County this
Giờ
week.
nó có lên cái cạnh mình đâu nè.
We're starting to get some damage reports on trees down in Johnson County here. The power outages are going up as well, Angela.
TV để bằng luôn, có giờ nó mở đâu.
Good for Antonio on the desk. 5,600 outage increase in the past 15 minutes since that storm passed on the south side.
Wow,
So,
wow.
Yes, so that puts some things into perspective here. So again, this is continuous coverage, tornado warning, that continues. I know I'm showing you the data there. Let me give you a different perspective. Just take it back just so you can see where this wind bowling ball is going from. What's interesting is that we started to see rotation in eastern Hendricks County. That prompted the first tornado warning. And then as it went across southwestern Marion County,
Chuẩn bị cái
this
đèn ở dưới
just started to burst
ở
out
dưới
wind
bàn thờ đó
very
con.
strongly.
Cái đèn nó đỏ mà nó kéo lên vậy nè.
Southern Marion through Johnson, Union, Johnson. Now it's cutting through 74 now, near London. Just the worst of the wind right now, so it's going to be just north of Shelbyville. However, I would still be my point of precautions if you're in Morristown. This wind spike is heading in the direction as well. And we'll give you a perspective of what we have here. There's that tornado warning that continues technically until 11:30. But these things are moving so fast that what's going to happen is that they'll likely have to issue another one downstream until we're no longer seeing this type of wind feature, this wind spike that we're currently seeing here. But there you go. So continue to see tornado warnings, radar indicated rotation. I would just treat this whole line that we're seeing in that area of Shelby County with some urgency until it can get to the east of you there, Angela.
And I really think that was some of the best advice given earlier today in our coverage. The fact that we knew this line of storms was going to contain wind damage. We knew the possibility of quick spin-ups with little to no notice, which is the reason we talked about treating all of these warnings, even if it was a severe thunderstorm warning, as if that storm could produce a tornado. And we're starting to see some of the damage come in across parts of central Indiana. We haven't talked a lot about you, Bloomington, yet. Nashville, Columbus, the storms have been to your north and west. Heavy storms in Mooresville and Martinsville, covering Morgan County, just below severe limits. Those are headed into Bloomington and Nashville, Nineveh, so southern sections of Johnson County, eventually into Columbus.
God's on
It's
to
the
where he is.
eastern and northern part
Yes.
of this line of storms that has been
Sydney.
the most
God's
destructive
on,
at
ask
this
him
point
where he
in
is.
terms of all of the
Ở
wind
hotel gọi rồi.
that destructive wind
Nó
potential.
ăn cơm.
We still see that with that tornado warning storm north of
Tôi
Shelbyville.
có nói đó,
Tornado
tornado
warning
á.
continues until 11:30, but we've been giving you the early heads up that Rushville and the rest of Rush County, you're going to be next. If this holds together, and for the most part, it has held together. Before we do a little more in-depth analysis, we'll go north. Heavy storms have arrived in Greenfield, into Newcastle as well.
Ủa cái cây
Anderson
gì kêu
and
mà
parts of
ăn
Madison County ended up with
cái
some
đồ
wind
phá
damage.
gì chẳng vậy?
Muncie, you've got some heavy
Andy.
storms. There are storms
Đó
in
là
Scotland,
gì ạ?
severe thunderstorm
Cái đó là
warning
cái
for
gì
you.
cái giọng nó
Severe
lên để cho
thunderstorm warning
nó
now
hút
for
vào
Winchester
cái
in the eastern
cái
part of
môi
our
trường
viewing
này.
area. These storms are moving in, so get ready. Winchester, Economy, into Richmond. You still have a little bit of time, but not much, as these storms are racing in your direction off to the east, between
Nó
50
nói
and 60
là
miles
hồi
per
chiều
hour.
này á,
Let's
chưa có
go
mưa gì hết
back
trơn. Nó
to
nói bao
the
nhiêu
tornado
nhà bị
warning
mất
storm.
điện.
We'll do a little more in-depth
Bao nhiêu
analysis
căn
on
nhà
it,
bị
and
mất
then
điện.
we'll do a few more tracks just to give you an idea of where the storms will go. So, as
Này mình
expected,
đi
Sean mentioned
cái này mấy cái đèn kia
London
bữa
and
mà nó
Interstate
bữa
74,
dưới 30 chút
rotating
điện
part
cái
of
là
the
lấy cái
storm
đèn pin
center
này
just north of Shelbyville.
cầm cái đèn pin
Shelbyville
đi để
and
con lát nữa cúp
Youngstown
điện hết
are
này.
under the tornado
Giờ
warning
này cả
for
đống
about
đầu hết
10
đi.
minutes, and this tornado
Oh, yeah.
warning storm
Cái này nét mấy cái candle ra con.
where does it go next? Let's come out.
How many?
That's the reason we'll do a track on that. So we'll just kind of do a thin track, just to show the
Okay,
strongest
keep
part of
going.
this. As it moves east, at between 50 and 60 miles per hour, Rushville. you
No,
got about
chút
20
nữa,
minutes,
khi nào nó cúp điện
we'll
hả?
see what the National Weather Service
Quan
does in terms of
electric
warnings.
out.
But
Oh.
just to your west in Shelbyville,
Rõ
they
ràng
have
đi.
a tornado warning. Connorsville about midnight, and then it will
Just
eventually
one?
go into parts
Yeah.
of western Ohio. But Rushville, Rushville in the 20 minutes and around midnight for Connorsville, if this tornado warning storm would hold together. And honestly, so far, it has. Let's, we were keeping an eye on this.
Vậy nó mua lên về hướng kia rồi, đúng không?
Let's see. It doesn't really.
Đỏ đỏ kìa.
But the radar just looked kind of interesting, and it's that area now.
Nó
that's
đi
east
đi
of
rồi,
Muncie now,
qua
which
khỏi
is
Maryland này kìa đúng
the
không?
far eastern part of our viewing area. So just one thing to keep in mind, if you are east of these storms, you
Mấy
still
ngày nào
have
cô uống
some
mỗi buổi
time
sáng cô uống cái thuốc kêu
to
kìa.
go before
Yeah.
you're in the clear.
Thấy
In
ok
terms of
không?
severe
No.
weather.
Vậy rồi.
Winchester, they're starting to
Sao
move
vậy
in.
từ từ chứ không phải thuốc tiên đâu uống rồi biết liền.
Mom,
Fountain City,
if it's out-
Spiceland,
If it's out of
Rushville,
electricity, we can use a
Connorsville,
flashlight,
Liberty as
right?
well. This line of intense storms.
Nhưng mà flashlight nếu mà we
moving
are
off
when we
And
use
now
you said a phone.
east
Yeah.
of that line.
Yeah, but you cannot use the whole night because if you use the phone when without the phone when if we have something wrong, how you can we can call 911.
Let's give you a closer view of that
I mean,
tornado warning storm. We did a track
We
on
were
that.
doing the-
Again, Rushville
Cái
unit
này.
in the path. Our shear detector still picking up on that wind spike right along and now east
Did
of
your phone have a
I-74
flashlight, Dad?
as this storm continues to move off to the
Yours?
east. And that is one thing that we will, obviously,
Oh.
one of the storms
Okay.
that will continue.
Cứ
to
xếp
be
lên
on.
vậy sao?
I know.
That's
Easy phone.
one piece of good news is the fact that we
That's
don't
cool.
have that widespread yellow showing up as far as the wind
My phone
spikes
can
go,
do that?
but we definitely
No.
still have
I
it.
don't think
We
so.
have
You don't have an
storm
Android.
that
I
is
know.
showing though at this point. We'll put the radar back on. Those of you in Bloomington.
Some
these are
iPhones have
probably
flashlights,
picking up a
but some
little
of the
bit. There's,
but most
a little
Androids can
outflow
use a
boundary here.
flashlight to shake
Oftentimes
it.
we get some strong
Còn
winds
giờ
in
vừa nó
advance
từ
of
từ
those
iPhone nó
winds.
chuyển
Probably
qua
doing that.
Android kia
Pick
rồi
up a
Samsung
place
này
like
kia rồi nó
Bloomington,
thích hơn
Nashville,
là
northwest
Apple.
of you, Columbus, heavy storms in Franklin and Martinsville, and the tornado warning storm continues for Shelbyville. So as it moves east, Homer and Rushville, Morristown may stay just You know, it's close. It's
Thì
close.
cái bà
So
họ vừa
Morristown,
hôm qua bà
early
có
morning,
tiệm cái
go
bà
ahead
có
and take
mua
be in
nhà
your
mấy
shelter.
chục
You've got
hectare
2 minutes before the
Bà ở
roughest
xa
part
quá
of the
hả?
storm is gonna pass you by, and then it's eventually going to
Bà ở
make
gần
its way,
Kentucky luôn
toward
cho nó đâu có xếp đâu.
including Homer and
Không.
Russia. So we're 3 and
Đâu
4,
có an toàn đâu.
intersect in the heart really of Rush County. We still have storms on the east side of Indianapolis. They are now below severe limits, but anything
Đi đâu đấy thì nó mua qua rồi kìa.
we do have that threat
Yeah,
of
ôi ôi.
severe
Nó
weather.
khỏi rồi.
And the only good news, that one wind spike was really the only spike we saw, and it's in the tornado warned storm. Was interesting to hear from Sean though and Tony on the desk about
Cái thuốc gì
all the power
cho
outages as this line of storms impacted parts of Marion County. You know, check the
Cây quất cái
anything from the National Weather Service. So trees, multiple trees and lines down the corner in Muncie. That's coming from Delaware County Emergency Management.
I told you during every day đó.
Same in Madison County, lots of lines down.
I would take it, but I'll take it tomorrow.
Overnight and into early tomorrow, say before the sun comes up. It's gonna be very difficult to see where we have trees down, where we have power lines down. Where we do have lines down, we need to treat those as if they are live at all times.
Bị bón hả?
Until you're told otherwise. And just simply navigating, when we have a line like this that impacts so
You get
many
your
people,
butt hurt.
just navigating streets sometimes can be difficult with
Easy to
limbs and
book.
branches and trees down. So just a good thing to keep in mind if you have to travel overnight or before the sun comes up. We're going to have some cleanup to do, unfortunately, because of severe storms that have moved across central Indiana. Let's see here, they continue, nothing new on the radar, I updated those. Big pine trees down in Howard County.
Qua rồi.
That's one, a new report, damage in Johnson County near Greenwood. That's on Peterman Road north of Fairview. Tree and branches down across the road. So again, that's the only thing, that's one thing that we can pass along to you is if
No.
you don't have to.
Rồi cái bể đầu.
It's very difficult to see where there are trees and power lines down if you have to be out overnight or before the sun comes up
Qua
tomorrow.
rồi con.
And
Done?
most
We
likely
set
we're
now.
gonna be in cleanup mode tomorrow because of this line of intense thunderstorms. Sean, that rotation is starting out in the eastern part of Shelby County. It's now east of 70